right, here's the championship belt. I went back to the year after Bill Russell retired.
Smart year. It's a good year to do it.
And the belt was vacant for a year after Bill Russell retired. We didn't know. There's a couple vacant years. I'm sorry. Then Kareem gets it in 71.
So this is best player in the world. Best player in the world, belt. Right. Okay.
Kareem has it unquestionably in 71. 71 Bucks, one of the best teams of all time. Wilt takes it back with the 72 Lakers. They had the 33-game winning streak. They win the finals. He grabs it back. Kareem then grabs it back. And Kareem has it for, depending on how you feel about Rick Barry in 1975 when Golden State, when they ran the slate, they won the title. He was 30 points a game. But I kind of feel like Kareem had this really until 76. Now, interesting belt piece here. Julius is in the ABA, stringing together titles. And I think Julius, even though he's in the ABA, has it in 76. I got to give it to him. Just watching the tapes, I think he has it. 77, Bill Walton grabs it with the Portland Trailblazers. He's just dominates, kicking ass. Then he gets hurt. Belt's vacant. We're now vacant for the 78 playoffs, 79 playoffs. Nobody knows who the best player is. 1980, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar grabs it back. Heroic win against the Sixers. Plays on the sprained ankle game 5, so he has it. Somewhere 81, 82 range, Moses grabs it.
Thank you.
And Moses has it. Moses has it maybe when he beats the Lakers in 81 and takes this crappy Rockets team to the finals by himself. I think he has it at that point. Has it in 82. Gets traded to the Sixers, one of the best seasons of all time. So he has it 83. Then Bird has it 84 to 87. Magic steals it from him in the 87 finals. Magic has it 87, 88. 89 range, Jordan grabs it. Jordan has it 90, 91, 92, 93.
Wait, can we just back up to the Bird Magic thing? Magic was never considered the best player in the world prior to 1987.
No. Bird won 3 straight MVPs.
I know he did. I'm aware.
And he was the best. And then Magic beating him in the finals, Magic took it. And then Magic had it. Magic won 3 MVPs in 4 years. Then Jordan has it. Jordan goes to play baseball. Hakeem's like, thanks, I'll take the belt. And he has it for 2 years. Jordan comes back. I'll take it back. He has it for 3. 1999, lockout year, vacant. No belt holder. I'm not giving it to Tim Duncan, who wins the title that year. He wasn't quite Tim Duncan, and I'm not giving it to him. 2000, Shaq. 2001, Shaq. Duncan has it from 02, I think, through 07. There's some, maybe Dwayne Wade there in 06. No. Duncan was the best player in the league, I think, for 6 years. Right? Do you disagree with that?
You're not going to get any disagreement from this guy when it comes to praising Tim Duncan's status, because it just felt like, hey, go through the playoffs when they didn't win the title.
And it was always something stupid.
Yeah, right. And so I love it personally. There's going to be some Kobe stuff, but Shaq towards the end, it was kind of over by 05, 06. He wasn't
Kobe
a belt
was on
holder.
bad. He was on, even though Kobe, so you can make a case for Kobe in 06. And if you want to make the case, I'm fine with it. When Kobe averaged 35 a game and Duncan didn't make the finals. And if you want to say Kobe grabbed it for a year, I'm not going to fight it. But that team did lose, I think in round 1 or round 2, that Kobe team. But so, you know what? Let's give it to Kobe in 06 and then back to Duncan 07.
I like the Duncan because it couldn't be
Duncan
just a
run.
year. I just don't want to hear he won it, he lost it, he won it, he lost it, he won it, he lost it. He was the most important player in the league for a really long time. So I'm glad you did it that
All right,
way.
so we'll give
agree.
it Duncan 02 to 07. Kobe grabs it. I think he has it in the 08 season, even though they don't win the title. And then he has it 09, 10. So he has it for those 3 years. And 2011 might be vacant. And then Dirk shows up. Then Dirk grabs it.
I think LeBron's the best player in the league at that point.
But not in the finals. So I think Dirk has it. I think Dirk has it after the finals.
But see, this is going to be my point as we close, because this is where it gets really interesting. It can't just be a revolving belt of who had won titles.
But if Dirk beats him in the finals, I don't know how you could say LeBron is the belt.
Because I think he's the best player in the world. Nobody thought Dirk was the best player in the world when he won that title. It was an awesome run. Good for Dirk. Great underdog story.
But LeBron did win the MVP in 11. So maybe it's Kobe. I don't know. I almost feel like 2011, it's either Dirk or vacant for me.
Is that the Rose year? Wait, is that the year Rose won the MVP?
Yeah, but he wasn't I wouldn't have said he was the best player there. So maybe we go vacant. Then LeBron grabs it, and LeBron has it. You could say he has it from 2012 to 2018. Is there a Durant case for you at any point?
My Durant case was going to be right around this time. Okay.
So 17, 18?
No, it was going to be a little bit later. It was when we started having the Giannis argument, and I think more people were on the Giannis is the best player in the world mode. And I felt like what KD did with the Nets, even though they lost to Milwaukee, I lingered with that. And then I finally relented because I just felt like, wait a minute. Why would I watch somebody play basketball the way Durant does offensively and then think Giannis is better than him, considering the level of skill? Like, I think that's why there's always been this odd. It's never as bad as Rudy with the American players, but I think a lot of the American players would look at Giannis and go, okay, yeah, but there's not like all this crazy stuff in there. And then finally it was like, yeah, but his intensity from the moment he steps on the floor to his overpowering of you and the fact that it worked. You know, Giannis is an entirely different conversation if he doesn't make all of his free throws in that closing game. But I mean, the guy went for 50 in a closing game to win a title. So I think I know personally I was arguing Durant longer than I should have been, but I still think there were some Durant moments in there.
So you wouldn't have gone his first two Warrior seasons. Durant was never the best player in the world to you. It was always still LeBron at that point. Because I think you can make a real case for Durant in 17.
You can, but it's cheapened by the fact that he's playing with the guy that's number 2 in the world. Right. And so the funny thing about Steph winning the MVPs, I never once thought that Steph was actually the better player than LeBron, but
it's a regular season award.
Right.
Right. Curry's never in here for you at any point with the belt. As much as we love him.
I agree. Yeah. I don't think there was ever a point where I said he is, if they had won it in 16, maybe before Durant, that would have been back-to-back titles. He would have won another MVP. There's a chance you could make the case, but I still think with LeBron being in the league at that point and still in his prime, like, I love Curry. Everybody knows that. I never thought he was actually a better single basketball player than LeBron was. So no, he does actually, I don't think there's any moment that he has the belt.
All right, so we'll give LeBron 11-18. I think Kawhi 100% has in 2018. He won the belt. He was the best player in the world at the end of that season. He just was.
I normally don't like doing that, but he was. Just, yeah. We're cool. We're cool on that.
2020 bubble year, I almost want to go vacant. Too weird.
This is where I'm in my Durant phase, but go ahead. But then, he's not playing enough. He's hurt.
No, he didn't even, he was hurt.
I'm just talking about like the overall like status of who is where. And this is,
I get it.
This is,
I do think Giannis in the 2021 finals through the 22 playoffs probably had it. And then Jokic took it. And now Luka has a chance to grab it, or at least it's a conversation with him versus Jokic. Because I don't know what else Jokic could have done in the playoffs. Like, he's pretty unbelievable. So I hate dinging him on it. But if Luka rips through the Celtics team, which I think is a better team than Dallas, but if Luka will be the reason they win, and if he can beat them, I think we have to have the conversation.
Well, the conversation has already started. It will be had. I just don't like the finality of it because that's not what this is. I know we're going to talk Tatum a little bit later today, but that Tatum's kind of hard to pin down when I don't think it's that hard to pin it down, but because you can't really just slot him, he's not easy to slot, that means there should be more conversation about it. Like, even if Luka wins, it will be like, this is why I always hated like some of the Heisman stuff, or people saying like, oh, you should have the MVP vote after the playoffs. Like, well, if we did that, then the only time anybody would ever win the MVP is whoever the best player was on the team that won the NBA finals. And that's not really what the award is supposed to be. If you want it to be that, then go ahead and just come up with a different award. But it will not matter what you do in the regular season at all. And maybe that's the whole point, but I just don't think it makes any sense. Same thing with the Heisman. Some quarterback has a huge game, national title, didn't win the Heisman, and people are like, oh, he should have won the Heisman. You're like, well, wait. what the fuck are we doing? So if Luka gets through Boston and wins this, I would say more of the basketball media would be willing to anoint him the best player in the world because it's sexy and it's fun to say when I know I'll be waiting. I'll be like, I gotta need another year before I'm ready to put somebody over Jokic. And maybe it's that third quarter in game 5.
1970 vacant. Kareem, Wilt, Kareem again. Julius, Walton, 78-79 vacant. Kareem, Moses, Bird, Magic, Jordan, Hakeem, Jordan again. 1999 vacant. Shaq, Duncan, 6 years. Kobe, LeBron, 8 years. Russillo says Ryen. I veto that one. Kawhi, vacant. Giannis, Jokic. We'll see about Luka.